From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
The supporters of the Taliban in India are advocating terrorism in India, and you and I can't watch and do nothing about it. They're advocating violence against India. They're challenging the sovereignty of India. And that is why we cannot simply stand and watch them in good humor anymore. And that is why we cannot say anymore that, oh, these people have a right to express themselves as they wish because we are a democracy. And if we do so, if we make the massive mistake of doing so, of being very tolerant, then we are including terrorism as a fundamental right. Then we are recognizing bombings and massacres as a personal freedom. And we are, in short, sealing our fate. The least we should do now is to officially declare all Taliban supporters as overground members of the terrorist group and apply the rules against them. Apply the rules against terrorism against them. Call them out. Be tough in national interest. Make examples of those fanatics who are provoking us by being Taliban cheerleaders while carrying Indian passports. And this is only possible if we truly become the tough state we should be. We cannot keep talking about being a tough state, especially against terrorism. We have to be a tough state when it matters. To my dear viewers, I have a personal appeal. My dear viewers, rise above your social media battles, the world where we call each other aptards, Kongis or Bhakts. Unite now, realizing the danger that we face. If a conglomeration of global terrorist groups starts operating unitedly on our borders, the danger will be to us. To the government, I say one thing. To the government, I say, make your intent clear. Don't indulge the Taliban supporters by disregarding them. Don't indulge the Taliban supporters by turning a blind eye to them. Act fast and act with precision as the people of the country expect you to. The people of India will be behind the toughest action against the dangerous clowns who support the Taliban on our soil. And if you agree with me tonight, I really hope you do, then raise your voice with me tonight to dramatically change our line, our attitude, once and for all towards those who betray the country by hailing the Taliban. No, it's not a joke. It's not something to really just debate. It's something to unite over, and that's debate number one tonight, viewers. I appeal to all of you tonight. Unite in national interest. There is no place for Taliban supporters. Supporting the Taliban is supporting terrorism. Debate number two this evening. As the United States plunges Afghanistan into terrorism and makes it the world's latest terror hotbed, how can America continue to fawn over the disastrous and dangerous Biden policy? That's debate two. And debate number three tonight. Now even the Taliban has shown its back to Pakistan despite Imran Khan pulling from pillar to post to do their bidding. That's debate number three, and here are the headlines this Wednesday evening on The Debate Tonight. The Al-Qaeda puts together a glorified congratulatory message for the Taliban, makes a Kashmir next mention. As the global anti-India terror alliance becomes clear, it's time to call out and confront cheerleaders of the Taliban. Omar Abdullah and Asaduddin Owaisi question the government's move to engage the Taliban. They ask, why not delist the Taliban now? From steep food prices to long bank queues, Afghan citizens struggle for survival under a Taliban rule of terror. Sensational details of alleged Biden Ghani call from July shows how US president ignored Pakistan's role. And support to the Taliban seems to be backfiring for Pakistan. The Durand line fencing has been opposed. And ladies and gentlemen, there is enough proof to show that the Taliban, the Al-Qaeda, the Jaish-e-Mohammed, the Lashkar-e-Toiba, the Hizbul Mujahideen and all the rest of them are working together to destabilize the entire country, to destabilize the entire South Asian subcontinent. Those living in denial that the Afghanistan crisis will not impact India must wake up now. And those who support the Taliban must realize that they are in fact supporting terrorism. Let's debate.
On August 23rd, just 8 days after Taliban took over Kabul, these videos surfaced from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Jaish and Lashkar terrorists were celebrating Taliban victory. This video was a warning to those in denial. Taliban threat in India is real. 9 days after this video, here's another reality check. In a 2-page congratulatory statement for Taliban, its old friend Al-Qaeda slipped in a call to liberate Kashmir from what they call our enemies of Islam. Leaving no ambiguity on Taliban, they are nothing but a terror group. And support to Taliban amounts to support to terrorism. So whether they are politicians who are trying to legitimize Taliban in some way,
is the Taliban a terror organization? If it is not, will you move in the United Nations to have it delisted as a terror organization? If it is not a terror organization, then please move in the United Nations to have it removed from that list of terror organizations. Let their bank accounts start functioning and let's not treat them differently.
or hardliners who want to emulate Taliban-like diktats in India.
ये मंशा नहीं है कि बच्चियों की तालीम को रोक दिया जाए, उनके लिए आला से आला तालीम का नज़म किया जाना चाहिए, लेकिन अलहदा से उसका नज़म होना चाहिए ये ज़रूरी है कि अच्छे तालीमी इदारे बच्चियों के कायम हों और उनको आला से आला तालीम दी जाए, लेकिन मखलूत तालीम के हम खिलाफ हैं.
Terror supporters must have no place in India. And it should be a mirror to those who try to draw a false equivalence between Hindutva and Taliban.
नाम नहीं है, एक संस्कृति है अफगानिस्तान और भारत में ये आरएसएस तालिबानी ही है, ये और कुछ नहीं है, बॉडीगार्ड का है.
Tonight, the line is clear. Those supporting Taliban that has unleashed a reign of terror killing hundreds in the last few days are nothing but anti-nationals. Let's debate.
And there are some people, most unfortunately in this country, for whom this is only an academic debate. They don't want to discuss the ethics of why no Indian citizen should even dream or dare to directly, indirectly, consciously, unconsciously, voluntarily or involuntarily support the Taliban. Therefore, they want to confuse the whole picture by trying to find ways around it, but not on this channel, not on Republic. 9:10 p.m. Simple question tonight. General Bakshi, Sushil Pandit, Alok Bansal of the India Foundation, Sanju Verma, Dr. Fuad Ali, Ifra Jan, Abhishek Sudhir, and Atikur Rahman, welcome. I want to cut the chase. I don't want any of you to run away from my question, though you may want to. My view is simple. If you are supporting a terrorist organization by providing any kind of cover to it, then you are an overground terrorist worker. Right? Now, Masood Azhar, responsible, G.D. Bakshi, as we all know, for the Pulwama attack that martyred 40 of our CRPF Jawans, is having meetings with the Taliban. Hence, Supporting the Taliban is supporting Masood Azhar. Supporting Masood Azhar is supporting the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Supporting the Jaish-e-Mohammed is supporting terrorism and violence against India and terrorism against India's armed forces. Therefore, all Taliban supporters are effectively terrorists and terrorist supporters. Does anyone on the panel have any doubt about that? If you have a doubt about it, raise it now. Does anyone have a doubt about it? Then debate with me freely tonight. Don't come back later and say I didn't ask the question. Say so, Abhishek Sudhir. I'm saying Taliban supporters are anti-national, Taliban supporters are terrorist supporters, Taliban supporters are in fact terrorists themselves. You have any doubt with that?
Agreed.
You have any doubt with that? Ifra Jan, do you have any doubt with that?
I agree, but Omar Abdullah is not supporting them. Omar Abdullah is asking for clarity. He's asking for clarity. You're talking to the Taliban on one hand. On the other hand, you're working against them in the UN Security Council. Please enunciate the policy on Afghanistan. I want to know from my Prime Minister today, what is the policy on Afghanistan? Are you engaging with the Taliban now? 2 weeks ago on your program, Mr. Goswami, you lambasted me. You castigated me for saying that we have to engage with them. Today, the government of India has admitted that they have opened formal talks with them. You should be asking tough questions of the government. There are no sympathizers of the Taliban in India, certainly not in the opposition. Yes, there may be stray statements, but that doesn't make all of us who are opposed to the policies of this government terrorists and anti-nationals. This government has no clear enunciation of the policy in Afghanistan. Wait and watch. We are now clutching at straws. We have been left out in the cold. Now you're going and talking to the Taliban. Now you're going and talking to them. For what joy? What are they going to do? Huh? Are you going to protect the Hindu and Sikh minorities?
Just 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Sanju, 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Abhishek, 1 minute. 1 minute, please. 1 minute before Sanju also comes in. 1 minute. Understand the issue here. There are two issues. Issue number one, supporting the Taliban, supporting the Jaish, supporting the Hizbul Mujahideen, supporting the Lashkar-e-Toiba, supporting Masood Azhar. That's issue number one. Issue number two, formally recognizing the Taliban, which thank heavens has not happened till now. The day it happens, I will be the first person to stand right there against it. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, Abhishek. But let me not see you go through the folly of trying to justify people who are supporting a terrorist group on our soil by asking questions of what kind of legal sanction we have for or against the Taliban. These are two separate issues. First, take your position on the first. First, you take your position on the first. First, you take your position on the first. First, you tell me how is supporting the Taliban not supporting the Hizbul Mujahideen? Please answer that.
Yeah.
How is supporting the Taliban not supporting Masood Azhar? Tell me that.
Who is supporting the Taliban? I'm asking you, who is Omar Abdullah supporting the Taliban?
Where did Omar Abdullah come from? I didn't even refer to Omar Abdullah. I have not even referred to Omar Abdullah. I'm talking about people who are cheerleading the Taliban. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not even talking about Omar Abdullah. I'm talking about a cohort within India which encourages, cheers and wants to emulate the Taliban-style diktats in India. I'm talking about them. Why are you confused? Sanju is responding.
Such a cohort only exists in the imagination of certain people. There is no such cohort in this country.
I heard the gentleman. Thank you. Abhishek, you've had your say. Let me please come in. You know, I want to say one thing or not, that there is a difference between engagement, dialogue, and a warning. Deepak Mittal meeting in Doha, the Taliban representative was only to tell the Taliban loud and clear that there are still 140 Hindus and Sikhs who are trapped in Afghanistan, and they need to be rescued and brought back to India safe and sound. Point number one. Point number two, in no uncertain terms, the Indian envoy...
What will your government do? What warning are you giving? You think the Taliban is scared of us? We look like chickens in front of them right now. Thanks to your government and our government, their ineptitude.
You know, you asked this man to please keep quiet. I did not interrupt him. Extend the same courtesy, please. Thank you. Point number two, we categorically told the Taliban that terror cannot be exported from Afghan soil to India. And I want to say one thing. When people trapped there are returned back home to India safely, that is not engagement. That is not dialogue. That is not negotiation. And mind you, that is not compromise. That is simply a warning to say that we will not
If they are not returned safely, what will the government do?
Activity.
You are a spokesperson of the party that is in power. Tell us.
You know, I want to say one more thing. Since you said, I think the biggest thing...
We are not in some lecture. We are not here to listen to your lecture. Point number 1, point number 2, point number 25. Tell us, answer the questions of the people of this country. What are you doing to bring back our citizens safely? You are saying you're warning the Taliban. What consequences have you warned them? Have you told the Taliban if you do not ensure the safety of our citizens, there will be hell to pay? Have you told the Taliban that?
Cut-off line for the CAA from December 2014 to 2021. This is what people like you who have been criticizing CAA have today done a somersault. So let me tell you, you have no business lecturing the Modi government, and you, Abhishek,
I see. But I thought your government is giving visas to Afghan nationals who are Muslims too. You are letting Afghan nationals who are Muslims to come to our country. But so are they not going to get the benefit of the CAA? You have just made a case. This is why the CAA needs to be religion neutral.
A minute. I need to get in now. Please, thank you. I need to get in now, viewers. 1 minute. A minute, please. A minute, please. Thank you. Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, 1 minute. 1 minute. You can give me a yes or no answer. That's going to suffice, Sanju. 1 minute. 1 minute, Sanju. Give me a yes or no answer. Everyone's on the screen. Sanju, you need to listen. You need to listen now. Just give me a yes or no answer. Have you recognized the Taliban? As in, has our government recognized the Taliban? Yes or no?
Not.
Have you endorsed, do you endorse the Taliban?
Of course not.
Have you given them any form of official seal or approval via the meeting in Doha?
Of course not.
Have you given any guarantee of safe passage for their terrorists?
Home, safe and sound. The answer to all your 3 questions is a no.
Okay. To the contrary, I also asked that, has there been any official statement, General Bakshi, from the Taliban claiming to get official seal, sanction or endorsement from the government of India? Have they made any such disclosure, General Bakshi? Not that I know of.
You know, not that I know of too, but you know, Arnab, I'd just like to state the Taliban is the antithesis of whatever we stand for as a liberal democracy. The Taliban is medieval, murderous, misogynist. You know, they are terrorists. They will always remain terrorists. We should be tough with the Taliban, and we should be as tough with the people who support the Taliban. All right? Who support that ideology. The Pakistanis are saying they have freed the Afghans from the Americans.
Just wait a minute. Atikur Rahman, are you in a hurry?
Can I please
Atikur Rahman, can you be quiet, please? Atikur Rahman, are you in a hurry? When I've told you I'll come to you later, can you be quiet for a minute? Thank you very much. It will allow me to listen to every side of the argument. Thank you.
You know, Arnab, have you seen the people of Afghanistan fleeing from the Taliban and their Sharia rule? In their thousands, they are clinging, my friend Atikur, to the tires of C-17s, falling 1,000 feet, but coming again. The Taliban and its cohorts, the ISIS Khorasan, they did the blast in Kabul airport. 180 killed, 13 American Marines killed, 18 wounded. Next day, thousands of people were there again. They would rather die than live in the Taliban's Afghanistan. Would you send your daughter to Kabul, Atikur? My fellow Indian, would you ever like to send your daughter to Kabul? You know, so that she could be, I pray to God that it never happens. You know, whipped like the Afghan women, stoned to death like the Afghan women. That is murderous bunch of lunatics. Lunatics. and Afghanistan is going to be taken back to the Stone Age. Atikur, there is going to be a humanitarian disaster in Afghanistan because there is a drought there.
General Bakshi, we keep our interventions brief at this point. We are opening the debate. Viewers, on the debate, the simple question we are putting up tonight is, can we turn a blind eye to people who, out of a variety of reasons, maybe they don't like Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister of India. Maybe they are anti-BJP. Maybe they are anti-RSS, which they have a right to be. But unfortunately for this group, a fascinating fact is, Captain Alok, that being anti-BJP, being anti-Modi, sometimes takes them to the extent of being anti-India. They even become pro-Taliban to be anti-Modi.
Well said.
They become pro-Hizbul Mujahideen, pro-Jaish-e-Mohammed, pro-Lashkar-e-Toiba out of a need to be anti-Modi. So I'm asking a simple question tonight, and my question is, can you support the Taliban without identifying yourself as a supporter of terrorism? And they go and ask, oh, but didn't Narendra Modi give official recognition to the Taliban in Doha? They did not. It may be your greatest wish. It may be your hope. It may be your heart's fervent and burning desire. And people like Abhishek Sudhir can come on my program and say that the Taliban is making us look like chicken. 1 minute. Did you watch that? Viewers, did you hear that? Everyone watching the program tonight?
Yes.
Did you hear him say that no, 1 minute you don't get away. This is my show. You don't get away by making half-witted comments like that. You said the Taliban is making India, the Indian armed forces, the people of India, and the government of India, and the army of India look like chicken. Well, I can tell you, your argument, everyone on now, please, let me complete. Your argument, Abhishek Sudhir, is a bigger bird.
Let's go.
Your argument is a bigger bird called an ostrich.
You want to go for a diplomatic?
Before you call our Indian army chicken, you're an ostrich. Now let me tell you, you apologize for what you said out there, Abhishek, first. You have to go down on your knees and apologize for saying that.
You are putting words in my mouth.
I didn't. I can play the record back. You be careful.
People who have served in Mogadishu, in the Indian peacekeeping forces, you will not put words in my mouth.
You just said it.
You are a disgrace, Abhishek. Stop embarrassing yourself on national television by doubting.
Sanjeev Verma, what are you exactly? What are you?
Have you forgotten?
You are a disgrace to this country.
Of 2016? Have you forgotten the Balakot strike of 2019? Have you forgotten that it is thanks to India that Pakistan?
Yes, we all saw the movie. हमने सब picture देखा है भाई. आपके
Please, no more peripheral comments by you. I'd like to bring in Alok. I'd like to bring in Alok and Dr. Fuad Halim and Ifra Jan also into the debate. I bring to your attention. I began by saying tonight, Fuad, that in this world we call each other names. Aptards, Congis, Modi Bhakts, what not, but I began by saying that at least now unite. You have a bigger enemy, a conglomeration of terrorist groups who will act against all of us and not discriminate for or against anyone. Syed Salahuddin says, Captain Bansal, I pray to Allah that He strengthens the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan so that they may support Kashmiris against India. They're talking of Ghazwa-e-Hind. I'm saying, Captain Alok, I think we need to decide which side we are on, and there are only two sides, for or against the Taliban.
See, I think there can be nobody who's rational who can be with Taliban, because Taliban supports an obscurantist ideology which promotes terrorism. It's an ideology that breeds terrorism. And you will see in days to come, every conceivable terrorist outfit of the region will find a safe haven in Afghanistan. So Taliban is dangerous to the people of Afghanistan. It is actually nobody, no sane person would like to, if he has a choice, would like to live in a Talibanized Afghanistan. Taliban is a threat to Afghanistan, Taliban is a threat to India, Taliban is a threat to the world at large, and Taliban is a threat to the region at large. I think no rational person can support Taliban. I have no doubts whatsoever that is concerned. At the same time, I think nobody should have any doubts about the valor of our armed forces. We are quite capable of dealing with it, but it is a danger that we cannot be oblivious to. Taliban today may be willing to talk to you because you have certain cards up your sleeves.
Lord.
But tomorrow, when all the resistance to Taliban in Afghanistan vanishes, if Panjsheris are also defeated, you will see these Taliban actually spreading like bees across the borders to other countries and to this region as well. And we are already seeing people in India, some of these obscurantist elements coming out and supporting it. We have seen what's happened across line of control. You showed it very clear. So in this light of things, I think we need to be extremely circumspect. Even the government should be circumspect while engaging with Taliban. We need to know up to what level we need to engage, because we have certain citizens there whose extrication is our primary responsibility. But once these citizens are safe, I think government of India must come out with an open, clear policy vis-a-vis Taliban.
I agree with you.
And as far as people within India are concerned, anybody who supports Taliban, it must be a cognizable offense, and government of India must take a tough action against him, because this is actually breeding terrorism. This is supporting terrorism. Such people are a danger to a free and liberal democracy. Such people are a danger to a free society. Such people are a danger to women's liberation, women's freedom, minorities' rights. I think they are just not who could be allowed to have this so-called freedom of expression.
No, of course you do. But, you know, what exactly, Fuad, are the Taliban supporters supporting? You know, the support for the Taliban is either...
You placed your question. Let me finish.
I haven't actually completed my question.
Just two things I'd like to
I haven't completed. Can I complete?
And there are two things I'd like to speak out. No, I've heard your question. You asked both the panel. You've already asked me the question. Now listen. Now I'll just read out two lines from the Doha Agreement between the United States and the Taliban, signed on the 29th of February 2020. That's a year and a half ago. Just two lines I'll read to you from that Doha Agreement. Now, and by the way, the Doha Agreement, the Indian ambassador, Mr. P. Kumaran, was present over there. So the line E, clause E on page 2 reads as such: with the start of intra-Afghan negotiations, the United States will start diplomatic engagement with other members of the United Nations Security Council and Afghanistan to remove members of the Taliban from the sanctions list. If you haven't heard me, I can read that.
Is India a signatory to this?
Your notice is part 3.
What one clarification? What the document you have is India a signatory to that?
Let me finish off.
No. Can I ask you a one-line question? Is India a signatory to that? No. Is India a signatory to that?
Why are you so scared?
Because no, I'm not. I'm just asking you. If the answer is yes, say. But I know the answer is no.
The United States will request. The United States will request. The United States will request the recognition and endorsement of the United Nations Security Council for this agreement. And you know very clearly that India was the chairperson of the United States Security Council on the meeting on Afghanistan on the 16th of August. And it was a unanimous resolution to which India did not object. India chaired that meeting. Now let's be very clear about this. The Indian ambassador was present at the meeting on the 29th of February 2020, where United States for the first time internationally recognized Taliban, because the United States as an international entity went into an agreement with the Taliban, which was not a state player at that point of time and is still today not a state player. So you have to keep in mind that the India's position of being US-centric, peddling to US what you call international moves, is the reason why India is going to pay a price today. Now let's be very clear. What is happening in India? India chaired the meeting on the 16th
1 minute,
of August.
Sanju, please wait. Let him complete. I'll give a full response once he finishes.
And they paddled. America's position is there. India did not have
wait a minute.
India did not put its foot down. It chaired the meeting and it passed. Wait, you all can all talk at your time. India at that international meeting in the United Nations Security Council, they did not put any objection down. And this move was planned a year and a half ago. And the Indian ambassador, Mr. P. Kumaran, was present at the Doha meeting where USA signed this pact with Taliban. Second thing, 2018, when Russia engaged with the Taliban, India's delegation was present there.
Can I
These
respond?
international moves
One
by
minute.
the Taliban
Yes.
has always got appreciation from the Indian
Okay, so
foreign military
now-
experience. Now, let's see.
I want to give you a comprehensive reply and then hand it over to General
He says
Bakshi.
there's a silver lining to the Taliban. Look at the language. Arnab,
One minute.
You give me a comprehensive reply on facts.
Yeah.
The foreign secretary
I
said
will.
the
On
Taliban
facts, I
has
will.
a
On
silver
facts,
lining.
viewers, I will.
And then subsequent to that, we've seen yesterday in Doha, we've got the Taliban interlocutor. He's talking to the ambassador of India to Qatar. They
Yeah.
are having a
So-
formal meeting together.
Okay.
Where is the strong position of the government
Fuad,
of India?
Fuad, I must use. I must now, Fuad, listen.
It is towing the American line till today, and you have to make it clear to the
Yeah.
people of India
Yeah.
that this is the way the government of India is
Yeah,
compromising
and
the
now if
interests
you
of the people of
stop,
India.
I'll make my position very clear.
And Taliban
but
is
Fuad,
getting
but Fuad,
social
but Fuad, Dr. Halim,
because
Dr. Halim,
India is
you,
leading
I
the
understood.
American-sponsored move.
As I have said, I will completely. As you've said, I've given you uninterrupted
Yes,
4
please
minutes
condemn the
to
government
state
of
your point
India.
of view.
Please condemn the government of India for taking this position.
Now listen. Now listen. Now listen to me. Now listen to me.
That Taliban is getting international recognition.
Okay. Now, I request you, in the interest of our viewers, in the interest
Why
of
is Modi sucking up
there
to the
again, you
Taliban?
know, you are
What
like.
interest does Narendra Modi
1 minute
have in
now, Sanju
promoting
also
the
comes in.
Taliban
Viewers, do you
internationally?
want me to give my point of view or should I get caught in this volleyball match?
No, you tell me. Now, why are you accepting India's position? Are you supporting the government of India?
Okay, now, Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, 1 minute. I heard you there. 1 minute. I get GD Bakshi and I get everyone in, and I'm going to get this debate on track. First of all, 1 minute. Dr. Fuad Halim, thank you. Dr. Fuad Halim, we are all mature men. We are all mature men. We are not children. We have passed the age of 18 a long time back. And you would, you know, Dr. Fuad Halim, we passed the age of 18 a long time back. And even before that. In fact, I have been mature since I was 8 months old. But I need to tell you something, Dr. Halim. You are not being very mature tonight. You need to listen to me. Now, Dr. Halim, please. Dr. Halim, I find myself in the unenviable position of being at the receiving end of your repeated verbal volleys, and you need to be quiet for a minute. I'll give you a comprehensive lip. Let's talk. Let's talk to each other, not at each other. Thank you.
On the ground are such
Now you know, Dr. Halim, I didn't want to do this. I have, Dr. Halim, listen to me for a minute, sir. And everyone's on. Listen to me for a minute. You studied medicine. I studied social anthropology, went on to study geostrategy and international relations. If you want to understand what truly is terrorism and what is not, please read my book, Combating, please Sanju, my book, I'm plugging my book, Combating Terrorism, The Legal Challenge, published in the year of the Lord 2001, a fine global comparative study of laws against terrorism. You are speaking to someone who's an expert on the subject, but I don't want to show off. My point tonight is this, and then I'll get Sushil Pandit, GD Bakshi, everybody to come in. I want 1 minute now, please. My friend Fuad Halim says that the Modi government has an ambiguous policy vis-a-vis the Taliban. But does that mean that my friend Fuad Halim can use that to either be silent on the Taliban or supporters of the Taliban? Is my friend Fuad Halim or Abhishek Sudhir or Atikur Rahman therefore seeking excuses to support the Taliban? I further would like to make the point that the problem with the left in this country is this American-centric view of the world. You take away America, then they have no reason to exist. Anti-Americanism, which is ridiculous because America is a declining power, seems to be the only source of ideological cohesion for the left in India. It makes no sense. I am asking a simple question. Do you believe that supporters of the Taliban equal supporters of the Al-Qaeda, equal supporters of the Hizbul Mujahideen, equal supporters of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, equals enemies of India? What are you going on with this long-winded ideological, intellectual discussion about? Come on, make your point tonight.
Of India at the moment.
Come on. I believe in a strong state, and I believe anyone who supports terrorism directly or indirectly should be acted on. I want to bring in Sushil Pandit into the debate.
United Nations Security Council. Then everything is coming to one axis.
It was amusing to hear the ally of the cleric of Furfura Sharif holding forth on Taliban and Indian government's purported position on it. Does he represent that cleric's position today on this show? Has he checked with him? Where does he stand on Taliban? Now, these are the issues. We have people in our country. Everyone knows what Taliban is and who they represent and what kind of politics do they represent.
Do you accept the Foreign Secretary's comment that there's a silver lining to the Taliban?
You tell me about what kind of alliances you make.
Do you see a silver lining in the
Fuad, now come on. Fuad, after getting the longest intervention on the debate, you are being extremely uncharitable to someone who listened to you with pin drop silence when you were speaking. Come on, Fuad.
No, I want to know whether Sushil Pandit sees a silver lining in the Taliban. Whether he agrees with...
We heard you. Why repeating yourself?
Taliban is nothing but dark clouds hovering over the entire humanity. But let me tell you.
Why is he beating
Let me tell you. What is your position? What is CPM's position on Taliban?
No, let me. Sushil Pandit.
Position on Taliban.
Sushil Pandit.
Indian left's position on Taliban.
Sushil Pandit.
What is Indian left's position on jihad? What is Indian left's position on jihad in Kashmir? What is Indian left's position on Lashkar-e-Taiba, on Pakistan, on jihad? You tell me that. What is Indian left's position on jihad? Do you have a position on jihad we face? Do you have a position on jihad we face in Kashmir? Do you have a position on jihad we face in Kerala? Do you have a position on jihad we face in rest of the country? What is your position on jihad?
You have found out.
What?
Why are you from Afghanistan?
What is CPM's position on jihad?
Pandit, sharam karo. तालिबान में आप
What is your position on jihad?
आप कुछ silver lining
are you caught with your pants down now? What is your position on jihad? What is your position on jihadi networks operating in India? In your own Bengal?
I am
scared by the word jihad?
The reason we should be very worried about this debate, 1 minute. Fuad, now thank you. Fuad, Sushil, 1 minute. The reason we should be very worried about this debate, Fuad, a minute please. What exactly are the Taliban supporters supporting? I'll tell you what, Ifra. They are supporting the breakup.
I don't want to listen to you, Arnab. Please let me speak.
No, 1 minute. You have to listen to a question. You may have come with a prepared speech, but you'll have to listen to a question. No, do you speak to yourself? No, 1 minute. You'll get your chance, but I have to ask a question. You can't ask yourself the question, and this is my question. The Al-Qaeda says to the Taliban, we must come together and liberate the Levant, Somalia, Yemen, Kashmir. So anyone who is indirectly supporting the Taliban is supporting that. Taliban sympathizers are in fact supporting the Al-Qaeda, which called for the Mujahideen in Kashmir to inflict unrelenting blows on the Indian army in 2019. Right? So the third thing is you better take a position on it, right? As should all of us. Do you want the radicalization to return to Kashmir? A minute, Ifra. You are in Kashmir. You won't be allowed to step out of your house if the Taliban come in.
Arnab, in Kashmiri there is a proverb that says, shall sell its button chew up. Now that you guys are going and the BJP government is going and meeting the Taliban and eating kebabs with them in Doha, लेकिन हिंदुस्तानी मुसलमानों की लिंचिंग करवानी है, इसीलिए इमेजिनरी डिस्कोर्स बना दो कि हिंदुस्तानी मुसलमान जो है तालिबान को सपोर्ट करते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ पे बीजेपी
In September 2017, Farooq Abdullah said POK belongs to Pakistan. In January 2018, Farooq Abdullah said that all the tragedies in Pakistan are thanks to the Indian government led by Prime Minister Modi. In September 2020, your dear Farooq Abdullah
is Taliban a terror organization or not?
Said that Kashmiris would rather be led by China.
चिल्लाते रहिए बोलते रहिए मुझे पड़ेगा क्योंकि चिल्लाइए आप तो बस यही कर सकती हैं और आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते रही है मैडम, चिल्लाती रहिए,
झूठ पर झूठ बोल रही हो।
चिल्लाती रहिए, तालिबान वालों के साथ कबाब खाते रहिए, उनके साथ
No, I think that, thank you very much, Sanju and Ifra. Sanju and Ifra, allow me, Sanju. I just want to ask 1 minute. I think you are, in the way you are debating, you're not understanding the gravity of the issue. I as one Indian to another, a minute please, Ifra, just listen here. We must look at it with some element of seriousness. And the fundamental issue is this, that when the Jaish-e-Mohammed met the Taliban in Kandahar and decided whether they are successful or not is not the issue. Ifra, let me complete, and so that you understand the perspective before you reply, you know. Just one thing. This kebab khaiye, chillate, this is not an argument. This is not the quality of intellectual discussion we need to have on a subject as important as this. We don't need to do this, Ifra. We need to understand the issue with some depth and gravitas. What are you saying? Louder.
जिस सरकार, let me ask you a question. जिस सरकार की तुम इतनी चाटुकारी करते हो, उस सरकार से बैठ के क्यों नहीं बोलते हो कि क्या तालिबान टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है या नहीं है? अगर है तो एक स्टेटमेंट निकाल दो.
Okay, Ifra, have you finished? Ifra, have you finished? Just 1 minute, just a minute. I really apologize, viewers, for something here. We are having a very important discussion. 1 minute, please. Sanju, I will not allow this, but I want to say something to Ifra. Ifra, I'll tell you one thing. I want to say something to you. Just a minute, please, just a minute. And General Bakshi is there, we are all here. We must understand here. Just 1 minute. Ifra, you hear me now. I've given you an opportunity, but I must say this, that the problem happens when we are having a very important discussion, and you should have picked up something from the nature of the debate which just happened between Sushil Pandit and Fuad Halim, where they both disagreed with each other, but came with very strong, profound arguments against each other. I enjoyed that debate. But when you have come in right now, you do this tu taraka, that kind of argument, you know, you suddenly bring down the level of the discussion, and I think you do a great disservice to the party you now claim to represent. This is not the way in which you should be arguing on a subject as serious as this. No, this is not the manner to speak.
Well said or not? Well said. This woman has brought down...
Anyway, I'm not, Ifra, I've told you about this before. You may think you'll get a pat on the back from your party, but I think there are a lot of people watching tonight, and I think the manner in which you speak is not appropriate. I will, however, bring in GD Bakshi on the debate. The issue is this: we are talking about the issue of radicalization. Do we want radicalization to return to Kashmir? Do we want terrorists to infiltrate Kashmir? I'm not doubting the ability of our armed forces at all. But even conceptually, do we want the Jaish-e-Mohammed to increase infiltration attempts?
Restoration of statehood for Jammu and Kashmir. Restoration of statehood.
What is that got to do with the Taliban? I'm sorry. So Abhishek.
Feel like valued citizens of our nation.
Abhishek. When you say restoration of statehood to Jammu and Kashmir, are you trying to say that there is effectively an argument for the Taliban to operate in Kashmir? Are you trying to justify that? Are you trying to enable this campaign?
No.
Then why are you linking domestic policy to an external security threat? No, 1 second. Why are you linking domestic policy? Why are you linking domestic, Abhishek, why are you linking domestic policy to an external security threat? No, you should not mix.
Economic prosperity is the way forward.
No, sure.
Division on the basis of
Abhishek, sure. And you and I can have disagreements. Just a minute. Sure. And we can have disagreements on how effective that economic policy has been. But we cannot link domestic policy, economic progress, to any kind of warped justification of terrorism from an internal or external source. That's where you're making a mistake. General Bakshi is on the debate. Be serious.
The lack of economic opportunities, the lack of jobs.
Are you justifying that? No, 1 minute. That will forever remain a subjective argument. General Bakshi.
To bring prosperity to the valley.
Can I? Thank you.
Or else?
Sir, can I please, sir? My name is GD Bakshi. Just in case you have an identity crisis. Thank you. You know, Arnab, it was General Franco. It was General Franco who had coined the term fifth column in Spain in the run-up to the Second World War. He said, my 4 columns are advancing on Madrid and my 5th column is already in sight. No, don't smile in that idiotic fashion. I'm just telling you what happened.
Use of words,
the
please,
Second
again.
World War. General Franco's
I can smile if I want. This is a free country. Say what you have to say.
On
Heard
Spain,
enough of your nonsense.
when he
for
said,
15
I have
years.
got 4 columns advancing, my 5th column is already there. We are not the 51st state of the United
Yeah, we all
States.
know you're a great
Let me tell you
sympathizer of
that.
General Franco.
If the
He was a
United States
brutal
has cut
dictator.
and run,
General
we will
Franco was a
not.
brutal
We will
dictator.
fight both the Taliban coming from outside and their
General Franco is a
supporters
brutal
within.
dictator. Your
Let's
sympathies
get
for
that
General
right.
Franco expose you today.
All right. Atikur Rahman.
तूने सुना है
You
मैंने
have no
क्या
respect
कहा?
for
आपने
fundamental
सुना
rights.
है?
You have no respect
Okay.
for freedom.
Okay, now- okay, now- now-
told you about
This is
his
a free
term,
country.
Okay.
5th column.
Okay, now.
Column. Have you heard that term?
Now,
Have you heard
Atikur
the
Rahman,
term?
Jalal Bakhshi, you made your point. Atikur Rahman,
You
come
are
into the
acting
debate.
like a fifth
Atikur Rahman, come into the debate with Alok Bansal. Just a minute, please. Let's be very specific. The problem is when I ask a question, you try to reflect it. Tell me something. The Jamiat Ulema-e-Hind wanted an imposition of the Taliban policy of no co-education in India, and the Darul Uloom Deoband backed it. Is this, in your view, please listen to the question simply, is this open endorsement of the Taliban policies after the Taliban takeover or not? You heard the question. Do you want me to repeat it?
Well,
Do you want me to repeat it?
no, I have heard the question.
Yes.
Arnab, no need, I have heard your question. Arnab, whatever the domestic people are saying, you can count them as fringe elements in the air of the mediocrity by the Indian government, the vacuum
do you
they have
support their
created
apprehension
since
and
the
arrest?
past 20 days. Now, in this vacuum, if the domestic fringes are jumping in, you cannot say that India's borders will be insecure. Indian borders are insecure
I'm not
because
saying that.
America has left Afghanistan.
Just a minute.
And our support to Taliban
Are you
is
justifying
limited
these
to
pretensions or
American
you are saying that we
opposition.
should disregard
We
them?
are anti-American. We are not pro-Taliban. Now, this should be made very much clear in your debate for your viewers and the cohorts of the GOI. Herein
So
we are
are you
discussing very
criticizing
serious
Jamiat Ulema
and the
Hind? Are you
seriousness
Yeah, are you-
of our borders can be realized
come out with a
only
categorical
when the
statement
GOI
criticizing Deoband's
comes
statement
out
and
clean
JUX statement.
and does not create another
Are you
vacuum
criticizing? If
for
you are
another
saying these are
20
fringe
days.
elements,
Period.
you are criticizing them, then please come out with an open statement saying that these statements which oppose co-education
Ifra.
are condemnable. Please criticize them because
yeah,
these
yeah.
statements are coming after
your
Kabul has fallen to
conclusions have no
Taliban.
meaning.
So there is a correlation and you need to criticize
हमारी
them.
एक क्लियर पॉलिसी सरकार कब बनाएगी जो क्लियर पॉलिसी सरकार की तरफ से एक स्टेटमेंट आएगा whether they think Taliban is a terrorist organization or not. That is all
There
I
is
want
no
to
doubt
know.
about it.
Why
I
are
think
they doing a statement? If so many of us are asking questions, why isn't the government coming up with
Sanju, may I intervene on that? Okay, so I heard you there, Ifra. Sanju, 1.1 has to make and make it with all the conviction at one's command. Yesterday, please, 1 minute. When the UN Security Council resolution was passed, on this point I agree with Fuad. India was at the chair, it was the last day. It made a list of proscribed global terrorist organizations. Unfortunately, the Taliban was not among them. I think it would have done the presidency of India a lot of good if we would have been able to exert some diplomatic maneuvering, however difficult it is, to get the Taliban declared as a terrorist organization. We need to put all our efforts in that regard, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But at the same time, let's not be silent about anyone who's supporting the Taliban. I'm glad we've started this debate tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, America, I've always said from day one, must own up for the disaster it has whipped up and to the terrorism that it is supporting via the Taliban. On the other side tonight, we've had a great response from viewers across the entire world on our coverage exposing America. More on that and an India-Pakistan debate on the other side. Don't go away.